Complete Grimm's Fairy Tales. Old Sultan. A farmer once had a faithful dog called Sultan, who had grown old, lost all his teeth, so he could no longer hold on to anything. One day the farmer was standing with his wife at the house door and said, "Tomorrow I intend to shoot old Sultan. He is no longer of any use." His wife felt pity for the faithful beast and answered, "He has served us so long and been so faithful that he might well give him his keep." "What?" said the man. "You are not very bright. He has not a tooth left in his head, and not a thief is afraid of him. How can he go? If he has served us, what, he has had a good feeding for it." The poor dog, who was lying stretched out in the sun not far off, had heard everything and was sorry that the morrow was to be his last day. He had a good friend, the wolf, and he crept out in the evening into the forest to listen to him and complained of the fate that awaited him. "Listen, gossip," said the wolf. "Be of good cheer. I will help you out of your trouble. I have thought of something. Tomorrow, early in the morning, your master is going with his wife to make hay, and they will take their little child with them, for no one will be left behind in the house. They are wont, during work time, to lay the child under the hedge in the shade. You lay yourself there too, and just as if you'd wish to guard it. Then I will come out of the wood and carry off the child. You must rush swiftly after me, and if you would seize it again from me, I will let it fall, and you will take it back to its parents, who will thank you, for you have saved it, and they will be far too grateful to do you any harm. On the contrary, you will be in high favor, and they will never let you for anything again." The plan pleased the dog, and it was carried out just as arranged. The father screamed when he saw the wolf running across the field with his child, but when old Sultan brought it back, then he was full of joy and stroked him and said, "Not a hair of yours shall be hurt. You shall eat my bread for free as long as you live." And the wife said to him, "Go home at once and make old Sultan some bread sop, and he will not have to bite, and bring a pillow out of my bed, and I will give it to him to lie on." Henceforth old Sultan was as well off as he could wish to be. Soon afterwards the wolf visited him, and was pleased that everything had succeeded so well. "But, gossip," said he, "you will just wink an eye, and when I have a chance I will carry off one of your master's fat sheep." "Do not reckon on that," answered the dog. "I will remain true to my master. I cannot agree to that." The wolf, who thought that this could not be spoken in earnest, came creeping up in the night and was going to take away the sheep, but the farmer, to whom the faithful old Sultan had told the wolf's plan, caught him and dressed his hide soundly with a flail. The wolf had to make himself scarce, but he cried out to the dog, "Wait a bit, you scoundrel, you shall pay for this." The next morning the wolf sent the boar to challenge the dog to come out of the forest so that he might settle the affair. Old Sultan could find no one to stand by him but a cat with only 3 legs, and they went out together, and the poor cat limped along, and at the time stretched out her tail into the air with pain. And the wolf and his friend were already at the appointed place, but when they saw their enemy coming, they thought he was bringing a saber with him, and they mistook the outstretched tail of the cat for one. And when the poor beast hopped on its 3 legs, they could only think every time it was picking up a stone to throw at them. And so they were both afraid, and the wild boar crept into the underwood, and the wolf jumped up into a tree. And the cat and the dog, when they came up, wondered that there was no one there to be seen. The wild boar, however, had not been able to hide himself altogether, and one of his ears was still sticking out. Whilst the cat was looking carefully about, the boar moved his ear, and the cat, who thought it was a mouse moving there, jumped upon it and bit it hard. The boar made a fearful noise and ran away, crying out, "The guilty one is up in the tree." And the dog and the cat looked up and saw the wolf, who was ashamed of having shown himself so timid, and made friends with the dog.